I woke up that morning with a knot in my stomach, so tight I could barely breathe. Something was off, and I didn't know why. It wasn't the first time in 18 years of marriage I'd felt that familiar dread bubble up, but this time it was different. It was sharper, more insistent, like a warning light flashing in the back of my mind. I glanced at the empty side of the bed, still warmed by David's presence last night, and tried to shake it off. When we decided to celebrate by flying down to New Orleans for a 2-night reunion concert, I was excited. It felt like old times, rediscovering each other over jazz bars and late-night po' boys. But then, in the lobby, I saw her lean. My heart flipped when David spotted her too. He hesitated, a flicker of recognition in his eyes before weaving us through the crowd. That was that. I watched her fade into the crowd, then turned back to David, who squeezed my hand like he always did. But even as I typed that, my gut twisted. Tiny details like that matter when you've built your marriage on trust after nearly falling apart once. Then came yesterday's conversation, which shattered everything. How would you feel, he continued, if we invited someone else into our lives? I blinked. What do you mean? He took a breath. Her name's Lena? I stared at him as if he'd grown a second head. Are you serious? He nodded, as calmly as if he were asking if I wanted extra fries with dinner. I opened my mouth and closed it. My hands shook. This isn't me, I managed. I've never asked for that kind of thing. I thought back to those Bourbon Street texts he forgot to send. I thought about deleted messages I'd found on his phone last week, flirty banter with someone, then gone when I looked again. I remembered how he'd said those were work chats. Don't lie to me, I said, voice trembling. I saw the messages you deleted. You guys were talking about plans. You said you had to talk to me first. How long has this been going on? He looked down, fingers twisting. A couple of weeks? I mean, since the trip. It's not like anything serious. But you're moving her into our home. I shook my head. This isn't about me. This is about you and her. I could feel tears threatening to spill, but anger kept them at bay. I rebuilt my trust in you after you sexted someone years ago. I thought we were past that. My voice cracked. I'm not. This isn't the life I wanted.